women's final. So all the gymnasts compete and 36 nations are represented. So they are drawn in 3 distinct sessions. Christine Still and Mitch Fenner once again now with the best of the British performers.
Annika Rieder, 14 years old, for Great Britain on floor.
Great opening tumble from Annika, full twisting double back. Difficult jump there. And 2 difficult links there, spins and jumps. How about that for a tumble? 1.5 twist into double twist. She pulls up for her last tumble. And a well-performed double back to finish. Annika will be thrilled with that as a start.
And so she should be. Rod Smith, her coach, will be delighted at this back home. Powerful tumbling, 1.5 twists from the handspring. Pulls into 2 backflips and a double twisting back somersault. Top draw performance from the 14-year-old from the South Essex club. 9.5, that's a worthy score at any level. And she's in some great company. Gina Gogean is next to go. Her apparatus is vault. She's a contender for this title.
Gogean, second all around at last year's World Championships. This one of her best apparatus. Round off vault and 1.5 twisting, straight somersault. Push off her hands, onto the horse, 1.5 twist, legs held tightly together, hop on landing, but that was superb vaulting. Onto the springboard, stretch back to the horse.
.725, but she has to produce a vault just as good.
And she does. So important in this competition because the 2 vaults are averaged. So it's not good enough to just vault well once. Same fast approach. This has to be very exact, the run. Bigger step on landing.
And the score for Gogean, it averages out at 9.737. She kept up the standard, slightly improved the second vault. She's challenging well, she's in first place. Some great gymnasts to come, and here's one, Dominique Dawes.
And a swingy start to this bar routine. She's a very natural, fluent gymnast. The famous 1.5 pirouette. And the uprise to handstand, just a tiny loss of body tension at the top of the handstand. And a clean, full twisting double back dismount. She's improved since the last World Championships in Birmingham a year ago.
We all expected such great things from the 16-year-old then. She was going great guns and made a mistake on vault. But this is one of her strongest apparatus. Slight adjustment there in the handstand position. Excellent line. The full twisting long swing sets in the action and prepares for the dismount, which is a full twisting double back. Dominique Dawes then on bars, opens with a 9.85. She's working well. And 15-year-old Lilia Podkopaeva, a great prospect for the future.
Oh, and a very original tumble to start with. Double front somersault, very unusual for a girl to perform that. But she's a very unusual gymnast, one we will certainly see more of in the future. And again, more forward tumbling, straight front, immediate, straight front with full twist. Plenty of leaps as well. The girls have to link at least 3 gymnastic moves together. Plenty of confidence here. But a long pause before this final tumble. And full twisting double back in the pike position. That really was a wonderful routine.
Wonderful stuff from the 15-year-old. The new faces coming through. Power and determination. Forward tumbling now, a feature of girls' work. Handspring, fly spring, straight front with twist. She's at home forwards and backwards. And Podkopaeva scored 9.775. Dominique Dawes.
Ready for her beam exercise. The ultimate test of concentration. Practice, we've seen increased difficulty from her. Certainly a good series of jumps there. And we always see the 3 somersaults in a row. Yes, and plenty of confidence to go with them. Very difficult forward somersault, but plenty of reward from the judges for that move. And the same with the change leg split sleep with a quarter turn. She's certainly looking very confident and poised. And the big dismount, 2 flips into full twisting double back. You won't see anything more difficult than that. Her coach certainly delighted.
Dominique Dawes then, setting a very high standard. You have to remember, she's only the 2nd ranked American. This is the 2nd session of competition. And still the world champion, Shannon Miller, to come in the 3rd. And the score, 9.812.
Gina Gogean to the asymmetric bars. Half turning giant into forward giant. A little bit short on swing there and almost comes to a standstill. She doesn't seem to generate quite as much swing as some of the others we've seen. Plenty of difficulty. And a very very efficient double straight somersault.
Gina Gogean, 16 years old, in Simperu. She was 6 all round in Barcelona at the Olympic Games, but here bidding for World Championship honours. Clean, precise technique on the Kachev, and an excellent double straight, rotated beautifully and landed, and the score reflects the performance, 9.775. So she too is looking very impressive. So with just one apparatus to go, it's Dawes leading Gogean. The figures in brackets indicate that those performers have worked in an earlier session. And so for Dominique Dawes, the all-important last piece of apparatus, the vault. Oh, and it's all gone so terribly wrong for her. Now that really gives her a problem. The chance is gone because vaults are averaged. She can't improve on the second vault. Whatever she does now, her chance is gone. And we've been here before, Christine.
Yes, unfortunately for Dominique, she had an error on the same vault last year at the World Championships in Birmingham, and she lost the world title there as well. Here she didn't give enough lift off the horse. She went for massive rotation. Her feet came down to the floor too early and she couldn't control the landing.
9.25 is a generous score, but that surely is academic now. She's got to pull herself together and give an account of herself. Concentration and maturity are the test for her.
And this time she got it right. How she will have wished that was the first vault as well.
The tears are here again, but she'll come back again. The coach reassuring her, telling her to put it behind her. But for Dominique Dawes, desperate disappointment. The second vault, so much improved on the first, but to no avail. So Dominique Dawes then has to be content with that total, 38.968. 9.506 was her vault score on average. Gina Gogean on floor.
Needing a 9.6 to overtake Dominique Dawes. And a powerful opening tumble. Whip back into full twisting double back. Gina noted for her excellent leaps and jumps on the floor. Which of course count for as much as the tumbles. A series of forward tumbling, finishing with a full twisting straight front somersault. But a very impressive series of jumps. And a very efficient floor routine from Gina Gogean. Plenty of difficulty and variation.
Never looks pleased with the performance though, Gogean. The coach will congratulate her, and so he should. A good performance. Whip over somersault, 2 backflips into the full twisting double tuck. That's how she started. And played relatively safe here to finish with a double tuck somersault. 9.787, just what she needed. Good enough then to take her into first place ahead of Dominique Dawes. The total of 39.061 places her in pole position. Poor Dominique Dawes, disappointed. She's second, but Kochetkova from Ukraine, she impressed everyone for her third place. But there's still some fabulous challenges to come, including that of the world champion Shannon Miller. And don't discount this girl either, Lavinia Milosevic.
The current Olympic champion on the floor exercise. Certainly a great start, floating a double straight somersault. She certainly looks very fit. One of the most experienced and mature competitors here. Two and a half twist, immediate punch front. Complex tumbling and a complex jump. Oh, triple twist to finish. That's a very difficult tumble to finish with. Her repertoire of tumbling is certainly immense. We've seen her perform all sorts of difficult tumbles over the years, and that's a new one for her.
Only the best would have been good enough here if she really is to challenge. Double straight somersault. That was her opening. Whip over somersault. 2.5 twists in that somersault into punch front. She can tumble, she looks lithe, she looks powerful and determined. And the triple twist to finish gives you an indication of her fitness. And 9.812 gives her just the start she needed. Shannon Miller, the reigning world champion.
Symmetric bars. Piece she's world champion on. Smoothly from the low bar to the high. Half turn into giant with full turn into Ginger somersault. And that's new. 1.5 turn into back straddle. She's swinging very fluently. Well-flighted Kachev. Beautiful body line. Kicks up and a double straight dismount. Just what she wanted to start with. That will do plenty for her confidence.
Milosevic didn't worry her. She knows what she has to do. Steve Nano's delighted with that performance. Another fabulous start from one of the leading contenders. From here on in, the competition will really warm up. Shannon Miller swinging well round the bar. She's grown just a little since last we saw her. That double straight, so impressive. 9.85 was her reward, and she's overhauled Milosevic.
Milosevic to the vault, piece she's renowned for. Very fast approach, and look at that flight and height off. Wonderfully controlled landing. She's a gymnast who seems to have so much time in the air. Good contact on the horse, the half turn into the straight front somersault. Very highly tariffed vault and very well performed.
9.825. Great score for the first of her 2 vaults. Remember, they have to be averaged, so she can't lapse in concentration. Same vault, the little hop forward. She's determined now.
And her coach, Octavian Ballou, equally pleased. The round off, the big push off the hands to land on the board. Good contact with the horse. But she had just a little bit more rotation. She didn't take quite so much in height.
And Milosevic averages out with a 9.812. She's maintaining pressure. She's up there and challenging.
And young Gina Kochetkova from Russia, the highest ranked Russian. And a very elegant gymnast. Opening with a beautiful double straight somersault. And immediately back with forward tumbling to show she can perform both. Tumbling very difficult. Very much in the classical style of Soviet gymnastics. Of agilities and jumps which are required during a floor routine. Big final tumble, and it is a big final tumble, full twisting double back. Well, that's as good as we've seen today. Beautiful lines and powerful tumbling.
Great performance from Kochetkova, coached by Helena Shevchenko herself, an Olympic level performer. Full twisting double tuck back. And the score 9.8. She's in 3rd place. Shannon Miller on one of her best apparatus, the beam.
So difficult to come and defend your title. So much pressure, you've everything to lose. And this will be the test for her. It's a perfectly controlled mount. And a great control there. Back flip with quarter turn to handstand. Obligatory full spin. Backflip and only 2 layout somersaults. We've seen her perform 3 before, but of course she's taller. That was very well performed. Plenty of difficulty in here. Even though she's now more mature, a little different type of difficulty. But the big dismount is still there. She's not too tall to manage that, the full twisting double back, and she really should be delighted with herself.
Shannon Miller then coping so well with the pressure. Still the words of advice, the words of comfort. 2 layout somersaults. steadily performed. And the impressive dismount, full twisting double back somersault. Shannon Miller. And 9.862, she holds on to first place. Can she retain this title? And it's looking good after two apparatus. The challenge is going to come from Milosevic. Dominique Dawes' score, that one in brackets, related to her position after two apparatus in the second session. Shannon Miller then on floor.
The difficult jump to start with. And the difficult tumble as well. The whip back into full twisting double back pike. Fairly new, 1.5 twisting straight front somersault. She worked out of it into a layout somersault. And elegant Shannon Miller. And a front tumble to finish with. Oh, but my goodness me, a little bit short on that last somersault. Well, a very attractive performance, but she nearly came to grief in that last tumble run.
Powerful tumbling though from Shannon Miller, and that the quest for difficulty always has with it a price, and she almost paid it right at the end of that exercise. Handspring, full twisting front somersault. She struggled to get the correct shape and under-rotated the front somersault, but 9.75 good enough to keep her in first place. So the last apparatus then for Lavinia Milosevic, and did that small error in Shannon Miller's floor exercise leave her enough room to take the title?
Always a very difficult piece to finish on, the beam. The side somersault, such a difficult move to land. But Lavinia adjusted her body well. Flip, layout somersault, flip, and another layout somersault. 4 elements in a row. And the link, the jump to the agility. These are all specific requirements the gymnasts have to perform. Perhaps not quite as fluent as we've sometimes seen her, but plenty of control. And the dismounts the test. She answered the test well. The double back dismount very easily landed.
But interestingly, there are flaws in both these girls' performances. And the pressure out there must be enormous. There's the double tuck from Milosevic. She's completed now that score on being bitter, a total of 39.236, and it's down now to the vault, as it so often comes to, Shannon Miller. Now she needs to average from her 2 vaults 9.775.
And that certainly was a very clean vault. A rather large hop on landing, but plenty of flight. A fast but controlled approach run. Very good flight. Half twist into the front somersault.
And that 9.8, that's given her a great start, but she has to maintain that sort of performance. The pressure's still very much on her. Her second vault. She cut down a stagger on landing that was evidence in the first vault. She reduced that to just 1 pace. Surely she's improved the score.
Well, they certainly seem delighted.
Good job.
It was still powerful. Just lost body shape very slightly, but it was a good vault.
And good enough to get her a better score. It's averaged at 9.812. Shannon Miller has overtaken Lavinia Milosevic. She's in first. And Milosevic very disappointed, fighting about the tears, but you can't blame her. Kochetkova from Russia. Not really in with a chance, but I'm sure she'll give a great account of herself.
She's very capable of bronze, and that's some very original work. She's got a beautiful body line, plenty of amplitude, up rises into handstand. She moves very fluently from one bar to the next. And winds up well here. Floated a double straight somersault dismount. That really is class bar work.
Technically superb from the tiny Russian. Akayev there, so long, the leader of the great Soviet gymnastic force, now concentrating a great deal on girls' gymnastics, and the results are there for all to see. Double layout, nailed. So for Kochetkova then, a good competition. She's into third place, promising very well for the future. And to bring this super competition to a close, Mo Huilan from China. And she, Christine, has set this place alight.
She has indeed, only 130 centimetres high, and look at that swing, massively above the high bar. And watch this. Front somersault over the high bar. The first time that's been seen by a girl in major competition. For her, even the low bar's high. Oh, but goodness me, look at that loss of form. But the power and the body line is exceptional. And the Kochetkova so high above the bar. I'm sure this is a young lady we'll see lots of in the future. Just look at that dismount.
Superb. Techniques were there, power was there, determination there, just a few little form faults, but her day must surely come. Mo Huilan from China. Lovely shape, everything in this exercise. She went to inverts, this was the release. Beautiful handstand shape. Super rotation in the Kochetkova, it's all there. Just the experience to go with it. The double layout somersault, great work. And the applause will tell you she's got 9.9 for that exercise, the highest mark in the entire competition for the little Chinese girl. But Shannon Miller is world champion yet again. She's ahead of Milosevic. Kochetkova did well to finish third. Poor Dominique Dawes down in fifth. Karen Simcoe 38th. Annika Rieder in 44th. And Zita Lusak for Great Britain in 47th place.
Presenting is Yuri Titov, President of the
20 years ago, Ludmila Teresheva performed back-to-back World Championship victories. Shannon Miller has joined that very elite company. World champion for the second time in succession.
From Romania is Lavinia.
And the men's overall competition is in Sandy.